Car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch. Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hate cause ice on the wrist. I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, I never switch.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Derrick Henry. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And the Redskin first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the ground with Bryce Love, the former Stanford Cardinal. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Redskins.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. This will be caught by Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to plan so far. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Check 50.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. And I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
4th down and goal.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Set 50, plant. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready, ready.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 1-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Come on, boy. You got to be 6'6". Pull it high.
To throw from his end zone. Barnett throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
No. 80 weapon. 56 is the mic.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, it's an offense. You know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess them there with the running play. They didn't fool them at all.
Went in the wrong direction. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Dorsett. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 2nd down, it's Henry.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And fights through one man. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Vikings 9-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
You ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Back to throw. Barnett finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the draw play, Coleman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it was to bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Right here, right here. Get it.
From the gun, Barnett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry for Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 43.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there, a first down.
27 on the play. First down, Redskins.
Haskins now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
But it's now 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the counter, here's Coleman. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. 56. I got him. Ready. Big grip.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
56. Check 56. Coming to you. Go.
Off the play fake. Barnett. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Off play action. Barnett. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's 4th down.
Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. On 4th down, Barnett over the middle, complete. That's Gray. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Coleman. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Dorsett on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Antonio Brown, 85 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Check X3, 218, chop it. Kill.
On first down, it's Coleman. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Escaping, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw. Barnett. It's hauled in by Shepard. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that gets him back within 10. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second down, Haskins. And he will find his man on the outside. A Redskin first down. The pickup, 15 yards.
A gain of 15. And the Redskin first down.
Haskins now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Love. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run again with Love on first down. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action with Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Here we go.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup, and that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Shift. Undercrush.
This is Coleman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. Check. Safe.
Coleman now. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They will run again with Coleman. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. Bring it. Come. Hit it.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice move at the 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to toss play to Love. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Haskins will throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Now Haskins to throw it. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnett looking middle, and it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Barnett. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Ready? 30 base. Check 55, Mike. And let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Ready?
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, They've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw over the middle taken in. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
13 yards. It's now 3rd and 2.
49, check pilot, 64, read. Let's go.
On 3rd and 2, Barnett. He's got his man, Boyd. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Montez Sweat in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And this one is right down Broadway. And this is back down to a 7-point game. We thought we might have a good close game, and we did. Really came down to that final onside kick. They recovered it, but they would have had to return it. They were unable to do that, and that wrote an ending.
That is frustrating, isn't it? To execute an onside kick and get the ball, yet there's no payoff for them. Right now, they're probably in their locker room trying to comfort themselves with, the clock just ran out on us. We were right there.
So for the Redskins, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. Oh, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love